Hello, how are you? I have been not very active on the internet. I've been noticing as we attempt to restore some normalcy during this pandemic that a lot of people are feeling this tension between, okay, we're going back to the real world. Where does the digital world belong in this new life? The digital world, it's super important to me. And also really engaging in my real life, making new friends, engaging with old friends as I return back here at college. Well, that's super valuable to me too. All that to say, hi, it has been a minute and I want to bring you back into my life a little bit. Hope you've been doing well if you're into the back to school as I am. Oh boy, what a shift it has been. You know, I did online classes. It's not like I've been out of university for 2 years, but I haven't been back at school for 2 years, and it is completely different. Just the chaotic energy that is going on all the time, people moving around, doing all sorts of different things, extracurriculars picking up, which we're going to talk about very soon, because there have been some changes. If you've been following me for a while, you might have known that I can't talk about some of my extracurriculars. Now I can, and that's exciting, but that's for a future video. That's not this video. In this video, I just want to get back to talking to the camera. I want to check in with you guys, and I also want to show off my new dorm room because I really like it.
I'd now like to thank Best Buy for sponsoring this video. And what I want to highlight for you in particular is Best Buy's student deals page. Right now there are headphones, chargers, scooters, and most importantly, laptops, all for a great deal. Right now you can save up to $300 on select laptops powered by 11th generation Intel Core processors through student deals, including computers like this HP Envy 13-inch Intel laptop. Let's talk about this laptop a little bit. The first thing that I notice is the form factor and the build quality. It's a really compact form factor and it's an aluminum chassis. All the way around you have this feeling of metal. It's cool to the touch, which just gives it this slightly more premium feeling over a plasticky laptop. The keyboard is backlit and has really good travel in my experience, which makes it a real pleasure to type on. So if you're doing work as a student, especially in your classes, writing essays and so on, where you might be sitting there writing for a long time, having a good keyboard is a must, and I really like the keyboard on this laptop. This laptop's super responsive. It's powered by an 11th generation Intel i7 processor, so it's got plenty of power to do the everyday browsing tasks and the schoolwork tasks that you need to do as a student. And it's got 8 gigabytes of RAM, 512GB SSD, so everything that you're doing is really snappy and smooth. So I've had my hands on this laptop for a couple of days now, and I've used it as my primary computing device for those days, and one of the things that I've noticed is the battery life is really excellent. Over those couple of days, I wasn't doing any intense computing tasks, but I didn't have to plug it in. Most of what I was doing was watching videos and browsing and doing some text processing, so pretty standard student stuff. I took a quiz on it. Nothing super intensive, but over those 2 days, I didn't have to plug it in once. It lasted for the whole duration. And that's really convenient. It's nice not having to lug around a big power brick with you everywhere that you go in all of your classes. It's not always what you're trying to do. And one of the really nice features about this laptop is that it essentially doubles as a tablet. It's a 2-in-1, so it has a touch screen and you can fold the screen back on the keyboard. Where I find this is super useful is in doing readings. So in a bunch of my classes this semester, I have a lot of reading to do, be it textbook chapters, excerpts from texts that are posted online, and so on. And I find it's really nice to be able to scroll through with your finger as if you have that physical piece of paper and you're able to kind of pick it up, put it down, annotate it as you go. It's really useful to have a device that lets you do those things rather than just scrolling through as you would if you were browsing on the web otherwise. So this HP Envy 13-inch Intel laptop is a great computer. I think it's a great laptop for students, and you can get it for a really great deal through Best Buy Student Deals, which includes, yes, this computer, but also many other computers and many other tech products. And so if you want to check out this laptop or see what other great deals are out there, then you can click the link in my description to shop the products. Once again, thanks to Best Buy for sponsoring this video. On with the content.
The room is pretty cozy. It's not the biggest dorm room that I've ever seen. It's definitely not the smallest one I've ever seen though, and I love it. I think it's really cool. We're on the top floor of my dorm, so we have these cool rafters, I think they're called. I think one of the things that became apparent during the real kind of down bad phase of lockdown for me was how important sleep is in my life. Good sleep, like really kind of uninterrupted, deep, nice sleep. I noticed that a lot of the room is taken up by a bed, which I decided to splurge on. It was my one big purchase for my dorm room. Super glad that I did. Been sleeping like a baby. I got these I think they're not actually silk, but they're supposed to like imitate silk pillowcase. It's supposed to be good for curly hair. I don't know if it's doing anything, but they're cool. Like they feel cool against my head, which I like. They make the pillows really cool. I have one of these cool sleep mask things. When I tell you I can't see any lights, like this thing is blackout. But yeah, please Please remember to sleep. Thank you. Another thing that you'll notice in the room is a lesson I picked up during lockdown, and that is that green. I knew this before, like I've heard this psychology fact. I haven't verified it. I'm just talking to the camera right now. When you're around green, like nature, leaves, etc., it brings a calming energy. And I don't know whether that's true or not in like a general population. I don't know what the statistics are, but I've found anecdotally in my life, having plants around just brings like a really calming and cool vibe to any space. I went to a plant sale and I picked up some ivy, which has been doing pretty well in my windowsill. I also have this little like bamboo guy. I also found this cool amethyst geode. Anyways, just fun little decor pieces. I also got these fake ivy leaves that I decorated a wall with because my walls were more bare and I didn't really have posters to put on them or anything. And I love it. I mean, I have the classic fairy lights for the college setup. So I think it looks pretty sweet. This is not Vogue material, or does Vogue do houses? It's not going to be in a magazine spread, but I think it's pretty cool. And it's definitely like a calming and chill vibe. I love having the green around. One thing that I haven't really figured out is what I want to be doing with my books. My desk does technically have a bookshelf on it, as you'll see. Kind of appropriated that space for storage and for school stuff. And I've been putting my books just in a stack. And yeah, I kind of like the vibe of like a tall book stack. Looks pretty cool. It's a little precarious. I also have this chess set that I was given for my birthday. I started to get into chess a little bit. Pretty horrible, not gonna lie. Big tea, big coffee guy. More of a coffee guy recently, in recent years especially. I used to be really into the green tea. That's how I would get my caffeine. Transitioned into the coffee and the chamomile tea. It's kind of my go-to. So yeah, got my little setup on top of my, it's like a filing cabinet that we're given by the school. All the wood, the oak furniture, I think it's oak, is provided by the school. I don't really have files, so I'm just using the filing cabinet for two things. One, snacks, two, COVID tests, because we have to be testing a lot here. I'm on a 3 times weekly testing cadence, sometimes more if there's an event that requires some travel, even a little bit off campus. We need to test before that. And so, yeah, it's a lot of testing, which I think is great. I think it's good to be on top of things. And the numbers so far on campus look really good. There's an active dashboard that we're looking at. And so far, I've been really encouraged. To speak more on that, we're also required to be wearing masks in public spaces, hand sanitizer everywhere. I think Harvard's done a really good job in general, like in my opinion, of having reasonable policies, setting up class sizes that are appropriate for the facilities. And I've also been impressed with the systems that are in place for contact tracing and for isolation in the case of that being required, which it hasn't been for me yet, luckily. But in the case that it were to happen, I feel pretty confident that I'd be taken care of. So thumbs up to Harvard for that one. It's definitely something I was a little bit anxious about. I think most people were. And by and large, I've been super impressed. Getting down to business, my desk. It's a pretty typical desk. I don't know what to tell you about it, really. I do my schoolwork here sometimes. I have been trying to go to libraries more. It's nice to be with people. That was one of the things that online school just sucked for, was that you were only texting people or like on Zoom with people while working. So here you are, grinding out this problem set rather than walk back and through the night and have that like nice calming whatever. You just close your computer screen and go to bed. It was not an ideal way to be doing school. Anyways, this is my desk. Like I said, there is a bookshelf on it, but I've appropriated it for storage space. I store my school supplies on the top, store some camera stuff. Mostly just for easy access. It's just like a good, convenient location to be grabbing stuff from. So this brings us to the final thing in my room, really, and that is this, I think you'd call it like an armoire. It's like a closet, but it's a wood box. One of the more boring pieces of the room. Purely utilitarian for me right now. And yeah, that's my dorm room for senior year. I love it. I think it's my favorite dorm room that I've ever had. To be fair, I'm comparing it against memories from years ago now. But yeah, it's really nice. It has really good vibes. The fake ivy leaves and the lights are a relatively recent addition. And I think it's just changed the whole vibe completely. I love it. I know it's pretty basic dorm decoration. As a senior, I should be well versed in these things, but what can I say? Been away from school for a minute. But yeah, I just want to make this video, check in with y'all, say hi. I'm doing really well. I hope you're doing really well too. I hope that you're adjusting to whatever phase of life you're in now, however COVID is affecting that or not affecting it. I hope that you're able to figure out kind of a new balance as you enter into this new chapter, or if you're not entering a new chapter, that you continue to maintain a nice, healthy balance. and that you're taking care of yourself. I think one of the things that I'm realizing as I return to school is that school is a little bit less of a priority now. I'm done my degree. I've finished everything that I need to do for honors computer science. And so the courses that I'm taking, while they're super interesting, I can engage with at a level where they are interesting and less at a level where it's like, I need to do this for my degree. It's more just like interest stuff, which I think is super fun, but it also frees up some mental bandwidth and some time for YouTube. So let me know what you want to see in the comments below. And as always, hope you're taking care of yourself. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm John Fish. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for looking on my dorm. Peace.